Before I came to Pierce, I worked in a hospital for almost 30 years. Most of it in an emergency department. I worked in a really busy level 2 trauma center in the Portland area.
I joined the Air Force for a couple of reasons. Number one, my family has a great history of serving their country from Vietnam to World War II to Korea, and we just had a long history, and I always thought that would probably be a route that I would eventually go.
It's a volunteer fire department, and several of the guys who were on the fire department were good friends of mine. And I saw the camaraderie and the excitement of when one of the fire calls went off and the guys took off running for the hall. And
I was in the military during the Cold War in the mid-'80s.
I can trace my interest in emergency medicine back to one moment. When I was a teenager, I watched the emergency vehicles attend to a pretty bad car accident. And I knew that was what I was interested in.
And so quite often I was there with the ambulance and experienced death and car wrecks and
one of the more difficult things about serving in the military is sometimes that you got to send your friends and your family into harm's way.
We had to do chemical warfare exercises, and sometimes they were all day long. You would be in gas masks for up to 8 hours sometimes, and in the extreme heat in the desert. So that would be my most difficult challenge when I was in.
One of the things I really loved about the Air Force was the fact that it's a sense of pride that you have, knowing that you're serving your country, you're providing, and you're helping.
I loved helping people. I loved talking to people and hearing their stories and being with them on their very worst day and trying to make it better.
they needed the help, and you got to do what you got to do.
Overall, my experience in the Air Force was fantastic. I've learned to be a professional. I learned what it is to be a real teammate.
They tell me I was the youngest guy to ever get on the fire department because they already had me vetted when I turned 21. And you have to be 21 to be on the department.
My true heroes are the nurses and the doctors and the paramedics and everyone else that works in that field. That's my story.
So that's my story.